Hello everybody, so some of you may have noticed that I recently managed to creep over the 2K subscriber mark, which is a little bit of a landmark for a little channel like mine, so really happy about that. Thanks to everyone for continuing to follow the channel and watch the videos, commenting, basically interacting with the channel and making it worth my while to keep doing it. I've never really set out with a view to try and, you know, build up any sort of significant following. It's really because I enjoy doing the videos, so to obviously see that people are enjoying them and think that they're worthwhile watching is a bonus for me. So this video is by way of thank you, a little competition to basically give away some free stuff that I've managed to call in a few favours on, to say thank you to everyone for subscribing the channel and continuing to support it. So let's get on with going through what we've got on offer. Okay, so first things first, it's a little bit of a celebration, so I thought I'd open a little treat of a beer here, which is one of Timmy Jenkins' special imperial stout. So this one's a blueberry pecan and rum pie. Now I kind of left this one at the back of the fridge for a while and forgot about it, but it's 10.1%, so it shouldn't have suffered any from the little bit of time aging there. It's a Timmy Jenkins beer, so you kind of already know it's going to be awesome. There'll be more on Timmy later anyway, so I'm not going to do a full-on review of this beer. It's just something to keep me refreshed while I'm going through all the prizes and stuff that we're doing. So yeah, smells amazing. Yeah, as expected, bloody lovely. So the competition, I went a bit mad on this one and decided to call in a few favours with various different people and places. So one of the advantages of reaching a sort of reasonably decent number of subscribers is that people might actually start to give you stuff for free occasionally. So I thought I'd pass on the benefit of that to you guys and line up a few prizes from people that basically have I've got some sort of relationship to through the channel, and I'll go through first of all those people who are kind of sponsoring the competition. So you're gonna have to sit through a little bit of the you know, marketing blurb for those guys first, because they've obviously sponsored it with prizes. So I want to just give them a little bit of a sell first of all, before we get to how to do the competition and whatnot. So we'll start off with Brew Con. A lot of you will be aware of the Brew Con events. One of them's just happened recently up in Leeds, and the next one is happening in London, although there is another one I think happening abroad. Is there a Norwegian one? Not sure about the date of that, but the next UK one anyway is in London on the 23rd and the 24th of November. Simon Popola is the person that I've been in touch with related to this. I've mentioned him a few times on previous videos to do with the community brew competition that we did that took place at Brew Con Leeds. Top bloke, and he offered to basically put up some tickets for the London event. Now if you haven't been to one of the Brew Con events, I would thoroughly recommend it. I went last year. I'll put a link up to the video of that, and I got loads of free swag from it, so I came back with enough stuff to more than pay for my ticket, which added to the fact that all the stuff going on at the event was really good as well, made it well worth it for me. Different venue this year, so it's at the Beavertown Brewery, which is cool, so I'm looking forward to actually visiting that brewery anyway, and also to have Brew Con there as well is really good. So well worth it. You'll get your money's worth in freebies if you hang around, particularly towards the end like I did last year, and all the talks and stuff are really good as well. There's also a competition happening there, so the Brew Con World Series, I think that's pretty much full up as far as I'm aware in terms of entries, but you may still be able to get a few in there if you're quick. So yeah, get along to it, and if you are struggling to get tickets for whatever reason, enter this competition, because you could win 2 weekend passes for the London event. So Simon's very kindly put up 2 full weekend passes for Brew Con London, 23rd and 24th of November. There's various prizes in this competition, so I will be drawing multiple winners for this. This is one of the things that you could win, and I think it's a really great prize, to be honest, because yeah, it's going to be a great event. So that's Brew Con. Next up, we've got Brewhouse and Kitchen. So, as I mentioned before, they were involved with Bedford Homebrewers doing the community brew competition. So they, as a company, they're quite supportive of homebrewing. I know several of the other sites also worked with homebrew clubs to enter that competition. They've done homebrew competitions outside of that as well themselves in various places, I believe. Yeah, they're basically nice places to go and drink and eat, and they've got these in-house breweries, good company, good beer, good food, usually quite nice venues as well. The Bedford Brewhouse and Kitchen, which is local to us, Richard Cook, the brewer there, comes to the Bedford Home Brewers meeting. He's really supportive of that as well. So yeah, cool company. People who work there seem to really enjoy working for them as well, and they very kindly put up 2 tickets for a beer masterclass. So that's 2 hours sampling beers. I think it's about 8 different styles of beer that you get to try. Now, it may be the case that this needs to happen at the Bedford branch, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll clear that up when we come to drawing the prizes. So this may be one that's really only going to be appropriate for somebody who can get down to Bedford. But if not, if it can be done at the other sites, there's various other brew houses and kitchens scattered around the place. So hopefully there'll be one local to you. Again, I'll come back to how I'm going to actually work out who gets what prizes later on. But Brewhouse and Kitchen, go and check out the video of the community brew we did with them to get an idea of the sort of stuff that they do. And yeah, if you have got one local to you, well worth a visit, so go and check them out. Okay, so next up, I've mentioned him already, but it's Timmy Jenkins. Now, a lot of you will already know that Timmy does a little bit of a sideline in hop supplies. So his Hazy Days brewery operation will supply really top quality hops, usually in bulk. So he's knocking out sort of 501 kilogram quantities usually. Couple of different ways you can actually purchase those as well, so you can just buy them normally in bulk, as I said, or you can enter one of his hop raffles. So if you're not aware of these, I'll put a link down in the description. But yeah, so the idea is basically you pay for a ticket into his hop raffle. He puts together a little prize package, and it's limited to 10 people per raffle. He'll draw a winner out of that, and it's usually between sort of £5 and £7 entry fee. So if you manage to hit the winning ticket on the first go, you can usually get somewhere between 1 kilo and 1.5 kilos of hops, sometimes with other stuff added in as well. So I think the last few he's had some yeasts and various other bits and bobs included as well, for a fraction of the normal price. Now obviously you don't always win, but it's good fun, and if you do manage to get a win on that, it's great. If you want to just buy them the normal way and pay normal price, then obviously you can get in contact with them as well. So check out the link below to the hop raffle Facebook page for Timmy. He's a top bloke as well. Just you know, I met him at the London Craft Beer Festival. Extremely generous, sends out his beers to well, nearly half the sort of UK home brewing community, I think, so far, probably. Yeah, I'm still trying to get over the time when he sent out about 10 or 12 mini kegs of a beer that he made at his local brew house and kitchen to various people. God knows how much that cost, but I was lucky enough to get one of them. So yeah, and many, many beers since, including this one. So cheers again, Timmy. Yeah, don't know exactly where he gets his hops from, but they are extremely fresh, really good quality, and well worth purchasing or having a go on the hop raffle. So go and check him out if you can. The prize that he's put up is very generous as well. He's sending me 12 samples of the different hop varieties that he does. I think each packet has got at least 100 grams in, some of them a few more. So I'll probably be dividing that up into maybe 2 or 3 separate prizes, so it will be at least I guess 400 grams or a pound of hops in each prize if I do 3, and it will be a nice mix of different hops. So it's mainly the you know, big fruity American varieties that Timmy stocks. So yeah, you'll know the usual suspects will be involved in there, plus some of the newer ones as well. I think he's recently started doing stuff like cashmere and one of the few places you can get decent Galaxy from as well. So awesome prize, and yeah, a great supplier. So if you haven't used him before and you want to buy hops in bulk in particular, definitely somebody to talk to. Next up, Cross My Loof Brewery. These guys are a contract brewery that run a kind of homebrew supply business on the side. The good thing about these guys is you can buy kind of any quantity of stuff you want, and postage is included in the prices. So particularly if you want to just buy, you know, the odd packet of hops or smaller quantities of hops for a particular recipe or whatever, it's great for that. Also the pricing is quite good if you buy in slightly larger quantities as well. They're doing yeast and malt as well on their website, so you can do kind of recipe, you know, specific weighed out recipe packs of the malts and the hops and the yeast that you want if you don't want to store extra ingredients. The yeast varieties they've got a basic range which are really good. I've used the Kolsch and the Crystal Weissen yeast particularly from that range quite a few times with some good success. And they've now got a kind of premium yeast range as well, so I think it's called the Berm yeast range or something like that, and they've got a few new varieties coming out very soon, and I believe they're sending me 10 of those to give away as a prize as well. So you'll be getting 10 packs of their new premium yeast. I assume it will be a mixture of the different varieties, and they should be really good. So two of the new ones that they're launching soon are called 4 and 5, and they're apparently very closely based on a couple of very well-known dried yeast. You can probably guess by the numbering there exactly which ones they are. So yeah, add a couple of other digits or letters in front of those and you'll get the idea. But yeah, should be interesting to see how they go, because they're obviously going to be a bit cheaper as well than the full-priced branded varieties. But yeah, good company, always been really reliable, very helpful. They send out funny emails as well, so nobody's quite worked out whether Tom is actually a real person yet, or whether he's just part of the joke from the emails. But yeah, those of you who've already had dealings with them will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you get some quite comedy emails from them when you're ordering ingredients. So again, link below, go and check them out. Have a look at these new yeasts that they're doing. Should be some good stuff there. The hops as well have always been really decent. I've ordered from them, so recommend Cross My Loof. Last but not least, we've got Inkbird. Now, if you haven't seen any videos or reviews of the Inkbird Wi-Fi unit, then you've probably not been on YouTube for the last 3 or 4 months, because they've been distributing them far and wide to homebrewers to review them and post videos up, including myself. So there's a link to my video up the top there. The temperature controller units that they do are really good. I've always been using the 308 models for my brew fridge and the Keyser and so on, and they've always been reliable for me so far. I've not had any issues with any of them, and the Wi-Fi one is going strong, and it's really cool to be able to you know, adjust the temperature off of your phone. The prize that they've offered up from Inkbird is a Wi-Fi 308 unit, so you can bag yourself one of those for free. And yeah, based on my experience so far, it's a prize that's well worth having. That's all the sponsors, so as you can see, it's quite a nice little range of different prizes that we've got going there. Thank you very much, Brew Con and Simon Pipola in particular, Brewhouse and Kitchen, and Richard Cook specifically there for putting those prizes up. Timmy Jenkins, of course, Cross My Loof Brewery, Stephen at Cross My Loof Brewery for organising those yeasts, and Mickey at Inkbird for putting up yet another 308 unit. I think they're eventually going to run out because they keep giving them away, but it's not because they're rubbish, it's because they're really good and they're just trying to push them out there to everyone. So yeah, those are the prizes. now let me have a little think about how I'm actually going to get you to enter this competition. Right, if you've made it this far into the video, that's the first test for entering the competition. So what I want you to do if you want to enter this competition is, first of all, you need to comment. No, hang on. Before that, you need to make sure that you're subscribed, you've liked this video, and then make a comment at the bottom. In the comment, I want you to include, first of all, what are your 2 favourite hops in combination when you're brewing your own beer? And then secondly, I want this video to drive a few subs to all the other more than deserving channels out there that need a little bump. So a link to any homebrewing channel that you think deserves to be up at 2,000 and beyond subscribers as well. So first of all, your 2 favourite hops, and then in combination, and then a link to a channel that you think should be hitting 2,000 subs as well. Yeah, the competition is open to everyone, but clearly some of these prizes are going to be only really useful to people based in the UK. So I'm happy for people outside of the UK to enter the competition, but be aware that, you know, you're not necessarily going to be able to claim most of these prizes. I will be doing some additional beer mail prizes as well as the main ones, so I'll probably draw about 8 separate winners for this. If you are based outside the UK, I could potentially send beer mail if it is not extortionately expensive, or I can organise some sort of alternative, I don't know, like a voucher for using one of your local home brew shops or something like that. But obviously if you can't be in London to go to Brew Con, there's no point in you winning that prize, as it were. So the other thing about how I'm going to do this is it will be on a first come first served basis in terms of which prizes go to which people. So I will draw the winners, and then those people need to contact me as quickly as possible to claim whichever prize they want. So I'm not going to specifically draw a winner for the Brew Con event, for example, because I have no idea whether that person will be available or able to travel to London on those dates. So I will draw a series of winners. I'll let you know in advance when I'm going to do the draw. Probably use one of those Premiere, you know, upcoming video notification things for that. I'll be doing the draw in about 2 weeks following this video, and yeah, basically if you've won and you want to claim a prize, you need to get in there as quickly as possible and let me know which one you want. If you do win and you're unable to you know, make use of any of those prizes because you're abroad or whatever reason, then I don't know, we'll figure something else out instead. So that's pretty much it. Thank you very much to everyone for watching the video and for supporting the channel. Thank you very much to the people who are providing and sponsoring the prizes. Cheers everyone, and hopefully I can put out decent content that will keep you watching the channel. So cheers everyone.
I'm the dude, so that's what you call me, you know, that or his dudeness or duder or you know, El Duderino.